Okay, this is the topic today, principle of expansion and contraction of matter. Okay, this is the experiment that you are supposed to do in the lab. You have a metal bar and you have the gauge here. So you have to manipulate the temperature of the metal bar or the gauge. And then you see whether it can fit or not. It is just like the video we watch just now, where there is a
Doing in the ball.
spring in the ball. Okay. In this case, we have metal and the gauge. If the metal bar is heated up, it will expand and then it will not fit the gauge. Okay. And when you cool down the metal bar, and then it will cool down and it can fit the gauge. Understand? Are you listening to me?
Yes.
Yes.
That is the first experiment.
Yes, sir.
Okay, look at experiment B. Okay, for experiment B, first we mark the colored water. Okay, we mark it here. Okay, mark it here. You can see that. And then place the conical flask in a basin of hot water and observe the colored water level. So what happens is it is supposed to rise. Okay, it is supposed to rise. The level here is supposed to rise. So it will be higher. It will increase like this. Okay, become higher when it is hot. Okay, I think quite simple for you to understand this. And the next thing is this one, hot water, ice cube and balloon. Can you guess what happens? Can you guess what will happen?
If it is heated, the balloon like
Okay, the balloon will be inflated. Air will fill up. Okay, air fills up the balloon and the balloon will be inflated. Okay, I think you just watched the video about this just now. You have no problem to understand this. Okay, the next thing is okay, let's read a little bit. The particle in a solid vibrate at a fixed position. Okay, remember this is solid. Okay, solid. Okay, let me highlight it. This is solid. So it will vibrate at a fixed position. Okay, it will it will vibrate at a fixed position. Remember, this is for solid. Okay, when the solid is heated, the particle vibrate faster and more further apart from one another. This causes the volume of the solid to increase because solid expand. Okay, just remember that when we say solid expand, it is not that the particle expand. Okay, the particle just remain the same size. Let's say this is the particle. Okay, sorry. Let's say this is the particle. The particle just have the same size, but it will vibrate faster. Okay, it will vibrate faster. That's why we have bigger volume. Okay, we have bigger volume. Okay, bigger volume of the solid. Conversely, when solid is cooled, the particle vibrates slower and move closer to one another. This causes the volume of the solid to decrease because the solid contracts. Okay, now let us go back to the case of liquid. Okay, the case of liquid. This is liquid. In the case of liquid, it is not fixed. The position of the particle is not fixed. It moves freely. Okay, it moves freely. When the liquid and the gas are heated, the particle move faster and randomly. The distance between the particle also increases. Okay, the distance. Remember, the distance increases. It is not the particle increase in volume. The size of the particle remains the same. This causes the volume of the liquid and the gas to increase because the liquid of the gas expand. Okay. Okay, I think you have no problem. You can read the rest of it. It goes the same for the gas. Okay, for gas also, it is not at a fixed position. It moves freely, but the distance is further from liquid. Okay, the next thing is the use of expansion and contraction method in daily life. I think you have no problem to understand this. We have discussed it just now. Okay, what happens during cold weather? During cold weather,
It contracts.
It will
contract.
contract.
When it contracts,
And it will fill the gap.
what happened to the gap? Increase or decrease?
It will be
It
closed.
increases.
Cold weather, whether this part will contract, so it will go this way, and this part will go this way. So the gap increases during cold time. Right. What about
Yeah.
during hot time?
During hot time, the
Both
metal will
sides
expand due to heat.
expand closer, so the gap becomes smaller. Okay, that's what happened. Okay, what about this thermometer? What happened? What happens to the mercury?
When the mercury detects heat, it
Yes.
means it receive heat, it will expand, and that what cause like it to expand and like reach higher level to detect like higher temperature.
Okay, so the thermometer is used to measure temperature. So when it receives heat, it will expand, and we can see the level of the mercury will rise. All right. So when it rises, we know that the temperature is higher. So the principle of expansion is applied here in the case of thermometer. And then this is bridge. Okay, you have learned this also in the video just now. We have roller at the bottom here. What is the purpose of the roller? Can you tell me?
When the temperature is cool, it will contract.
Okay, so what does the roller do? The roller allows the movement of the bridge a little bit, a few centimeters maybe, so that uh, the bridge will not break. Okay, because it is allowed to move a little bit during expansion or contraction. Right? Understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you can see the gap also. Okay, you can see the gap here to allow or to give some space for the bridge to expand or contract. Okay, the next thing you are going to see is about bimetallic strip. So I'm going to stop recording. Okay,